Hey, what's going on, everyone? Did you guys see this article right here from Reuters talking about Elon Musk, who is the CEO of Tesla? He's trying to tell people in America that Chinese EV firms will demolish rivals without trade barriers. Now, he is pretty much saying the quiet part out loud. The rivals that he's talking about is himself. Pretty much United States-based EV car makers is what he's saying when he talks about the rivals. He's trying to say that if we don't get some type of interference, someone to get in front of this, then I will be out of business. Tesla won't be able to sell any cars, or the competition will be so stiff that Tesla will actually have to compete. Let's look at this article real quick. CEO Elon Musk said on Wednesday that Chinese automakers will demolish global rivals without trade barriers, underscoring the heat the U.S. electric vehicle market leader faces from the likes of BYD, who are racing to expand worldwide. BYD is a car EV company in China that Warren Buffett does have a stake in. They are mopping the floor with Tesla in car sales in EVs. Now, Musk's comment comes after Warren Buffett backed BYD with its cheaper models and a more varied lineup, overtook Tesla as the world's top selling EV company last quarter. This is even despite the United States giving Tesla a leg up. Yeah, if you come into America and you purchase a Tesla vehicle, you actually got tax credits, meaning that you didn't have to pay full price. The government gave you a credit, but understand that the money still went into Tesla's pockets. So Elon is getting a lot of help from the United States government in his car sales. Understand that he knows that he needs the government to assist him in selling his cars and competing with China. That is one way right there. Tax credits. Now, that can only go so far. Eventually, those tax credits will wane and go away. So now he's trying to show you the next play. See, he thinks he's saying the quiet part, but he's saying it out loud. Look at this. Chinese car companies were the most competitive and will have significant success outside of China, depending on what kind of tariffs or trade barriers are established. This is what he said on his earnings call. And I quote, "If there are no trade barriers established, they will pretty much demolish most other car companies in the world. They're extremely good." When you see someone fearful and scared of the competition, this is what they say. He's fearful. He's nervous. He don't want to play fair. So he's like, I need Big Brother to come help me fight or compete against these Chinese EV makers. So now he sent out the call to Big Brother. I need help. If we're going to compete with China, I need you all to go out and create some barriers to restrict China from selling their EV vehicles so that we can compete alongside with them. If we cannot get that, Big Brother, then it's going to demolish my Tesla car company. That is the quiet part that he is saying out loud. Now he needs government backing on an international scale to save him. Asked about Musk's comments, the Chinese foreign minister said at a regular briefing on Thursday that it was unaware of the reports, but advocated for maintaining a fair, just, and open business environment. He's trying to tell you, look, Elon, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to undercut our vehicles. You're trying to play unfair. You're trying to make it harder for us to come and sell vehicles on a global scale by getting your Big Brother to institute some trade barriers or some tariffs on our vehicles. So now what do you think is going to happen if it does happen, if the United States places tariffs on China's EV vehicles? You don't think that China's going to shoot back? Of course they're going to shoot back. And then it's going to make it hard for Elon to even sell more of his vehicles in China. So China's trying to tell you right now, they need to maintain a fair, just, and open business environment. Don't try to undercut us, is what he's saying. Don't do it. Musk has reason to be concerned. He sparked a price war last year to woo consumers hit with high borrowing costs, in turn squeezing Tesla's margins and worrying investors. On Wednesday, Musk warned Tesla was reaching the natural limit of cost down with its existing lineup. That is why, on the same call Wednesday, he confirmed that Tesla was going to start production of its next generation EV at its Texas factory in the second half of 2025. So we got about a year and a half. Then the production of those vehicles will begin. But Chinese EV makers, adept at keeping costs in check with a stable supply chain, are moving real fast. With rising competition and excess capacity in China, many are now working on rapidly expanding their foreign footprint after years of state subsidies help boost domestic sales. Here they come. Look at Elon. He looks pretty worried in that picture, doesn't he? He looks real serious because he knows that he's messing with a formidable player over there in China. It ain't no playtime when he goes over there in China. Understand, those conversations are serious. He's not laughing. He's not placing up jokes when he goes over there in China, because he knows that China thinks ahead. The completeness and resilience of China's multi-decade state-directed battery materials processing infrastructure build out is biting hard. Yeah, even their supply chain is on point. It's pretty much what Ross Gregory is trying to say. It's on point. Still, brand awareness of Chinese car companies in the United States is extremely low, and their reliability, durability, and safety is middling. So they have a long way to go to win U.S. market share. This is what Spencer Immel, a partner at consumer insights firm Langston, is trying to say. That's not true. The market share, the reputation that Chinese EV makers have, it's pretty good. Toyota, Hyundai, like these gas vehicles are already out in the market in America. And if the reputation of those gas vehicles is good, then when they come here with EV vehicles, people will naturally try to go over there because of their previous reputation of their previous vehicles. Okay. So, Musk on Wednesday said there was no obvious opportunity to partner with Chinese rivals, but Tesla was open to giving them access to its charging network and licensing other technologies such as self-driving. Europe has also taken a protectionist stance towards Chinese EV makers. Last year, the European Commission launched an investigation into whether to impose punitive tariffs to protect EU producers against cheaper Chinese EV imports it says are benefiting from state subsidies. More than tariffs, the US and Europe need policies that will give their automakers the time to build a diversified supply chain. They're literally laying out the play in order for them to compete with China, both the United States and Europe. And now both of these nations are reaching out to their government and say, look, China is a big player. They can actually whoop our ass. We need help. Government, where are you? Save us. Without you, we will be demolished. Here are some of the vehicles that BYD has. Some of their models right here. Okay. So you have the BYD Dolphin, BYD Atto 3, the BYD Han, BYD Tang, BYD Seal. All of these vehicles are very diverse. Some are compact, some are sedan sized, some are even a previous 7-seater performance SUVs. But then, did you see the Wang Yang U8 that is also being made by BYD? Yeah, look at that. This is another vehicle that BYD is trying to sell. BYD's Pulse sub-brand unveils the U8 Premium Edition in China. Will do 0 to 62 miles an hour in 3.6 seconds on land. This was September 23rd last year. I'm sorry, September 26, 2023. Take a look. Elon is not making nothing like this yet. China is already making EV vehicles as SUVs. So he needs to hurry up. That's why that last, sentence here, more than tariffs. You need to give Tesla time to build a diversified supply chain. Yeah, they also need time to develop more models to compete with this U8. Give me your thoughts. Make sure you maintain the profitability. And as always, trade different.